is Miguel Jimenez. I'm the program coordinator for the Male Success Initiative at California State University Stanislaus. I've had the opportunity to engage with the CSU Student Success Network over the course of the past year and a half as a team member of Stanislaus State's Middle Leadership Academy and also participating in the Men of Color workshop convenings by Dr. Adrian Huerta out of the University of Southern California. It kind of went in at the same time. So I started the Middle Leadership Academy first, and part of the Middle Leadership Academy, one of the breakout sessions or development sessions that the network hosted was one of the first convenings for the Men of Color. Being part of the MLA and the convenings was timely. And I say timely because, as we approached our launch at Stan State, it was during the pandemic, and being able to engage and build these support systems with other coordinators and other colleagues that were kind of, figuring things out during the pandemic as well. Maybe in different programs, but similar strategies really helped not only develop what we were doing on campus, but, build a support system so that I can tap on shoulders from, folks on my campus or other campuses. I think my leadership approach has always rested on, a philosophy surrounding the lived experiences that I have gone through as, a first generation man of color that has graduated and attended graduate school. Most importantly, what matters in this line of work is representation. And the reason I'm so passionate about engaging in this work is because I myself have lived what our students are living. And I think it's important for our students to be able to connect with staff and, maybe faculty who truly understand those hardships and have been in those shoes. The reason why we exist, we have been hard at work to develop some mentor opportunities and academic success strategies for our students so that they're able to, transition into higher education, right? On our campus, we have a little bit over 73% of our student population that is first generation. And so we all know, right, being first gen comes a lot of first. The biggest takeaway that I catch from the convening systemically, right? There's a dire need for research, policy implementation, and dedicated institutional funding and resources. The biggest takeaways locally for us was really how to use our data to paint our picture and to tell our story, right? Through these convenings, they had us bring in a bunch of institutional data as it related to persistence, graduation, how it compared to other student groups, right, across gender, race, ethnicity. And I think just being able to pull that data and paint a picture of where our campus currently stands, it allowed us to really intentionally move forward in developing our services. A lot of the data that was used in the development of this program really was rooted through the goals from the Graduation Initiative 2025. Our campus did an assessment of practical ways in which we can address some of those equity gaps for our campus. Data is the language that we use to make decisions, right? We can't develop programs just for the sake of developing programs, right? There must be a need, and that immediate need must be proven by what our institutional data is telling us. And on our campus, right, just the gender enrollment gap is a pretty big gap for us. And so as our leadership began to dive into what that data was telling us, it was telling us, right, we're not enrolling a lot of men of color, which isn't just a campus specific issue for us. This is a pretty much a nationwide trend. Some of the challenges that our campus has faced, let me preface by saying that we're extremely privileged to be able to say that the Male Success Initiative and the work that we're engaging in has been widely supported. We still have a lot of work to do. We're going to continue doing the work. But I think it's important that as we do this work, that opportunities that the CSU network and other researchers like Dr. Huerta provide continue to take place. Big conversations are currently taking place across the system in regards to men of color outcomes And so, I have the opportunity to lead the efforts on my campus, and just the engagement within the network and Dr. Huerta not only have been timely, but extremely helpful and informative. We're on the ground supporting our students. And these type of opportunities are always important, as they allow us to make that connection from the theory to practice. We've had the opportunity to develop some programs with some sister campuses, and have collaborated with Humboldt State, Fresno State on some virtual activities for our students. Being able to make those connections for our students, build the sense of belonging, and just being able to allow them to nurture those connections to each other really creates that sense of agency and connection to our campus. One of the biggest shifts that we made as a program, right, was to really implement that. And a lot of the feedback that we have received really has come from upperclassmen that have told us, I wish there was something like this that existed when I was younger. I think I would have got better grades. I would have been able to connect and finish a little bit faster. And to us, hearing things like that makes us realize, okay, you know what, we're on the right path. I think that the network is just such a transformative space. And it's a great opportunity for for us professionals to continue to learn and grow. And if folks haven't had the opportunity to engage with the network, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of webinars. There's a lot of workshops that take place. Pay attention to those emails, because they're constantly coming in. Jump in there, because it's a great opportunity to not only grow yourself, but further your career, right? Making those connections around the system.